Sends out Stormy. I'm like, okay, I can just predict the Ice Beam. So anyway, it gets poisoned. No dip. So I goes for the Ice Beam. I'm like, okay, goodbye, little Tyranitar. You did your job, I guess. And I figured Breloom wasn't going to do much against this thing, so I just went for a Seed Bomb, because I'm an idiot. And there's no way I could spore him, because I mixed my poison with my Sleep Team, so fantastic. So I'm just staring at this creepy starfish thing. I'm like, oh, wow, okay, that sucks. I thought that'd kill you. Thank the Lord for Tentacruel, though. I'm like, wow, I'm doing not too bad. So he sends out Electivire. I'm like, oh, fantastic. I've never been able to defeat his Electivire before. This is the whole Rain Dance Thunder thing. So he goes for Ice Punch. I'm like, okay, why does everyone teach their Electivire Ice Punch? I mean, it's so cheap. But not as cheap as my Breloom, so I understood. So he goes for Seed Bomb, because I didn't know what else to do with this thing. It's not like I was going to put him to sleep. So I figured, Breloom, you can, okay, go ahead and go H. And yeah. So I figured Breloom might be able to do something for me in the future. So I switch out to Smeargle, who definitely won't do squat for me now. Just to take a hit for me. Because he failed so bad against that Snorlax. And he's down. And this is already 7 minutes. And I really should cut some parts. So it's not Gastrodon, because Gastrodon can take anything throws at him. And of course you can take an Ice Punch. I mean, this is Gastrodon. Like the bulkiest ground water type around. Well, not really. Gastrodon's kind of, well, I don't know. So it's okay, Gastrodon, this is like the only time you'll ever be able to kill anything. So I'll take down this Electivire. I'm like, yes! First time in history. And, quoting the guy who was sitting, Gastrodon is now bouncing up and down. So that Porygon's name, like, oh, really? Seriously? So I'm like, okay, Gastrodon can take your hits. Gastrodon can take any hits. So he goes for the Ice Beam. I'm like, okay, Gastrodon, you just take that. I don't want you to even get in the orange zone. Okay, you're in the orange zone. Well, I don't want you to get in the red zone. Alright. Gastrodon didn't take that as well as I thought he would. So, I'll just go for the Earthquake because I'm an idiot, and that's what I do. And it did more than I thought it would. Because Gastrodon just can't dish out any attacks at all. And I really need to speed up. Okay, never mind. I'm worried about this YouTube time limit. So when Gastrodon's dead, I'm like, wow, you utter failure. I'm releasing you. And he bounces up and down, wasting time. And then he just loses health with the poison. Isn't it cool? So send up Breloom. And I know Breloom isn't going to do anything. So he just dies. It's very sad. Breloom, you were fantastic. I could not have gotten this far without you. So there's two Pokemon down in a row immediately after one another. And he wastes time by bouncing. And then he loses even more health. Thank you, Tentacruel. So let's send out Crobat. I know Crobat isn't going to do squat for me anymore. So I just go for the Brave Bird. I'm like, take one for the team, Crobat. And I was sure that this would kill Porygon Z. But, no, it doesn't. I'm like, wow, that is pathetic. So he Ice Beams my Crobat. And Crobat doesn't like it. And I'm surprised none of my Pokemon I'm using now are nicknamed. That's usually... Never mind. Never mind. So Crobat's down, took one for the team, then he bounces. Then he loses. Then he fails. So anyway, I'm like, Whiscash, oh my gosh. It all comes down to you. And he says ice cream. I'm like, Whiscash, please take that. You're a naturally bulky Pokemon. Yeah, I think you can take that. Please. So he takes damage and more damage. And I'm like, oh, thank the Lord I don't have to listen to that annoying beeping noise. And I Earthquake his Porygon Z. And he sends out Lantern, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I can outspeed this Lantern, I have won. But no! A Lantern, out of all the slowest water types, outran my Whiscash and lost me the battle. So, it was like, good game, and yeah, that's fantastic.